Imagine cities where cars outnumber people, where the hum of engines defines the rhythm of life. These urban landscapes tell stories of sprawling highways, congested streets, and a culture deeply rooted in car dependency. But what shaped these cities, and how are they grappling with the consequences? Let's dive in. Urban congestion isn't just frustrating, it's a sign of deeper urban planning challenges. From sprawling suburbs to car-centric policies, the cities with the highest car ownership rates reveal stories of economic growth, cultural trends, and transportation policies gone awry. Each city's car dependency comes with unique consequences, from chronic traffic jams to innovative solutions to combat congestion. In this video you find a ranking of 10 cities with the highest car ownership rates. The cities in the ranking are only larger or international cities, while smaller cities have not been considered. The larger the car ownership rates are, the more dependent cars the cities are. The four elements of traffic status, transportation modal share, the causes of car dependency, and solutions and policies have been considered for all 10 cities. Let's look at the ranking together. Rank 10, Tokyo. Tokyo's dense network of roads sees an average congestion level of 41%, with peak hours causing drivers to spend 46 minutes daily stuck in traffic. Despite its 310 cars per 1,000 residents, Tokyo is a global leader in public transport usage. 85% of daily trips are made on trains, buses, and subways, powered by systems like the Yamanote Line, which moves 3.8 million passengers daily. Tokyo's post-war economic boom transformed cars into status symbols. The sprawling Kanto region also relies on car ownership due to suburban expansion, though high parking fees and limited space deter excess use within the city core. Tokyo's unique proof of parking requirement mandates that car buyers demonstrate ownership of a parking spot. Heavy investments in transit, including 12 metro lines and 11 suburban railways, have created one of the most balanced mobility ecosystems globally. Rank 9, Los Angeles. Los Angeles is synonymous with gridlock, with 62 hours annually lost to congestion per driver and an average commute time of 53 minutes. With 640 cars per 1,000 residents, LA's transit usage stands at just 6%, while 76% of residents commute by car, a stark contrast to its vibrant past as a rail-oriented city in the early 20th century. The post-war suburban boom and the infamous dismantling of the Pacific Electric Railway created a car-dominated urban sprawl. Housing policies and zoning laws further prioritized highways and single-family homes over dense, transit-friendly development. LA's ongoing $88 billion Measure M initiative aims to reverse car dependency by expanding rail and bus networks. Projects like the Regional Connector Transit Project are set to integrate existing transit lines for seamless citywide coverage. Rank 8, Munich. Munich experiences a moderate congestion rate of 27%, with peak delays adding up to 34 hours annually for drivers. Although 580 cars per 1,000 residents are registered, over 70% of trips within Munich are made by bike, on foot, or via public transport. The S-Bahn and U-Bahn systems carry over 500 million passengers annually. Munich's affluence, coupled with its automotive heritage as BMW's headquarters, drives high car ownership. The city's mixed-use development patterns, however, mitigate some of the typical effects of car dependency. Munich has invested heavily in its cycling infrastructure, with 300 kilometers of bike lanes and car-free zones in historic districts. Low-emission zones and incentives for electric vehicles are also reducing pollution from private cars. Rank 7, Dubai, UAE. Dubai faces average congestion levels of 38%, with delays costing drivers 62 hours annually. The city's 540 cars per 1,000 residents contrast with its burgeoning public transit network. The Dubai Metro, spanning 75 kilometers, serves over 200 million riders annually, yet private car use dominates 80% of commutes. Rapid urbanization in the 1990s prioritized highways and car-centric infrastructure. Fuel subsidies and low vehicle import taxes further incentivized car ownership in this desert metropolis. Dubai has implemented toll systems like Salik and plans to expand metro and bus coverage under its 2040 Urban Master Plan. Recent initiatives also focus on creating walkable neighborhoods and integrating autonomous vehicles. Rank 6, Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur has some of Southeast Asia's worst congestion, with drivers spending 92 hours annually in traffic. While 670 cars per 1,000 residents highlight car dominance, only 20% of daily trips are made on public transport despite significant investments in systems like the MRT and LRT. The city's post-independence development favored suburban sprawl, with insufficient focus on integrated transit. Rising incomes during the 1990s further cemented car ownership as a symbol of success. The government's mass rapid transit project has added over 150 kilometers of rail since 2017. Future plans aim to increase the transit modal share to 40% by 2030. Rank 5, Toronto. Toronto's congestion ranks among North America's worst, with drivers losing 142 hours annually to traffic delays. With 740 cars per 1,000 residents, Toronto's transit usage is at 23%, supported by systems like the TTC and Geo Transit. However, 64% of residents rely on cars for commuting. Decades of suburban sprawl and car-centric infrastructure, combined with insufficient transit expansion, have created a heavy reliance on vehicles. Toronto's Smart Track project and expansion of the Eglinton Crosstown LRT aim to add over 75 kilometers of rail by 2030. Urban densification strategies are also being implemented to reduce reliance on private cars. Rank 4, Singapore. Singapore has remarkably low congestion levels for a dense city, with drivers spending just 50 hours annually in traffic. Transportation modal share. With 390 cars per 1,000 residents, 80% of trips are made on public transit thanks to the efficient MRT and bus networks. While Singapore discourages excessive car ownership through its COE system, wealth and affluence still drive demand for luxury vehicles. Singapore's world-class land transport master plan focuses on increasing rail capacity to 360 kilometers by 2040 and expanding bike-friendly zones. Toll systems like ERP further reduce road congestion. Rank 3, Houston, USA. Houston ranks among the most congested U.S. cities, with drivers losing 83 hours annually to gridlock. With 850 cars per 1,000 residents, Houston's transit ridership is just 6%, while 78% of commutes are car-based. Houston's low-density zoning laws and emphasis on freeway expansion have made driving a necessity. The city is expanding its METRO rail system and enhancing bike lanes, but its car-first culture poses significant challenges for change. Rank 2, Perth, Australia. Perth's congestion leads to 68 hours of annual delays per driver. While 870 cars per 1,000 residents dominate, the city's transit modal share is just 15%. Public systems like Transperth are underutilized due to sprawling suburban development. Perth's geographic isolation and preference for low-density housing have historically favored cars. The Metronet project aims to double the rail network, focusing on connectivity and sustainable urban growth. San Marino's small size means minimal congestion, but narrow roads face frequent backups due to its high car density. With 1,263 cars per 1,000 residents, public transport is virtually non-existent, and cycling infrastructure is limited. Wealth, limited alternatives, and challenging terrain have cemented car ownership as a necessity. Discussions on electric shuttles and sustainable tourism initiatives aim to address some of these issues. From Tokyo's rail-heavy balance to Houston's freeway dependence, these cities reflect the complex interplay between car ownership and urban planning. Addressing congestion, reducing emissions, and improving quality of life require bold, innovative approaches to transportation planning. The question remains, can we make cities less about cars and more about people?